What is a shaking? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Oh, here I saw it on the YouTube here. When you open the can, it makes a sound. Let's see here. Push. Oh, that's a pretty cool beer. Nice. It does make a sound when you open it. What's going on, everybody? What is shaking? What is shaking? Not gonna lie, I'm a little tired today. I don't know why. Maybe still getting over a eight fishing day hangover type of thing, but things are good. Things are good. Cheers, everybody. Cheers. Cheers. You're counting down the days until you can get your new boat out. Actually, Blake, it's kind of funny. I have a video coming out tomorrow that doesn't have the boat involved in it, but I'm starting to edit my next video, which actually has a small sneak peek of my boat. So I've got one ice fishing video to come out yet, and then I've got 3 days of ice fishing planned. So I'm hoping like for 2 or 3 videos out of that, and then it'll be totally transitioned into boat and open water. It's crazy. It's like all of a sudden it's like bang. It's like open water season just like that. So pretty crazy. Wow, video of you not fishing. What is this? Yeah, Matt, this is one of my hangouts. I do live chats once in a while with everybody, hang out, and then after this too, I'll do a members only chat for a half an hour as well, just in case there's anybody's questions that didn't get answered or asked, like that type of thing. So if you are a member and you have a question and are free in an hour from now, save it for then, and we can chat in a smaller room type of thing after that. But yeah, if it ain't chartreuse hoodies coming back, yes, there is actually. I should talk with Jason and we should probably release that. I have a new logo he designed for that. So yeah, that is a good comment. It reminded me. Are you still loving the XB 900? Am loving my sled. My sled's been great. I think I've put on 650 miles on it this year, I think, or maybe I have 650 and it came with 85, so I've been pounding it out pretty hard. The last trip that we did, the sled took it was going hard every single day. So are you running Advantage on the new rig? No, I'm still going to stick with just my big motor for backing up into the waves when I need it. I'm not going to run Advantage on the newer rig. The only reason I'm not running Advantage is I don't strictly just walleye fish. I do a bunch of other stuff, and I'd rather have the Talon and a bunch of other tools before the Vantage. Like I've got nothing against Advantage. I'll put one on in a heartbeat again, but I still think I just have better tools in that sense. Boondocker, just so you know, Boondocker, I have a little confession to make, buddy. I still have your package coming of what you won and that hat. I apologize. It'll go out tomorrow though. I was on a crazy fishing trip here. So, hey Clayton, what's the destination for the next walleye trip? Actually, I think I'm gonna head to Lake Manitoba for a few days. Not Lake Winnipeg, Lake Manitoba. Any muskie fishing this summer? Probably not this summer, but maybe the fall time if everything works out. I don't know. I am going to guide this summer again for pike and for lake trout and walleye and everything like that. And then in the fall time, I really want to do like a hardcore pike trip in northern Manitoba. Like I want to hit like 4 or 5 different lakes, and I want to put a bunch of big pike in the boat this year. It's one of my goals. I think I obviously want to do some walleye stuff and some lakers, but I've got a mean mission that I want to go on for pike. Price of fuel is like $1.86 a liter at most places. I was paying $2.02 a liter up north, which is like $1 million a gallon. So it's pretty brutal. Speaking of tools, have you talked to Jay or Weave lately? I've talked to both of them lately. We might have had something fun going on here the last 7 days type of thing. It was actually 5 days of a competition, but 7 days with a little bit of scouting and stuff. So it was crazy. My 9-year-old son Brody wants to give you a shout out, Clay. We love watching your videos. Well, thank you very much, Brody. I hope you guys are doing well over there. Clayton Schick, the Pike Whisperer. I do love Pike. I do. Do you plan on keeping videos while guiding in the summer? I do plan to keep up some type of videos. I just don't know if it's going to be like, it won't be 8 a month, like maybe it'll only be 4 a month. But I do plan to do some types of videos this summer. Whether it's going to be some kind of guide series or something like that, I'm not sure yet. Have you ever fished Lake Michigan or ever fished Michigan? I've never fished Michigan, Chris. Can't say I have. I haven't. Is 18 pounds of drag enough for a baitcaster for pike? Yeah, 18 pounds of drag is enough for a baitcaster for pike. You're gonna have it maxed sometimes, but you'll be fine with 18 pounds of drag for that. chartreuse thong in your future. You never know. No, if you ever see me see it wearing a thong, things got bad. Like things got really bad. Did you ever imagine having yourself this big of a fan base? Savior, probably not. And I'm always been a very humble person and very grateful. No, I never really figured to have this much of a following for the YouTube game. I feel very lucky about it. I'm not gonna lie. Um, so no, I never did. I never ever imagined it in a million years for sure. And it's like, it's definitely, it's heartwarming for sure. Are you anxious for summer fishing? I am. I, um, I love ice fishing, but now with open water season and having a new boat again, I'm just getting so pumped up for that. Hey Clayton, you played hockey with my dad back when you were backup goalie for Wayway. I did, Ryder. I remember your dad very, very well. He was always really nice to me there. Things were good. I was a backup goalie for Wayway Sakapa when I was like 17, and I was only for a little bit because one of the players on the team, and there was a lot of guys on that team that had a huge attitude. I always found, but one of the guys came in down the wing on in warmups and took a shot when I wasn't looking and hit me in the side of the hand and like busted my whole hand. So that ended my whole hockey career at that point. So yeah, but then I found snowmobiling and ice fishing and other stuff. But yes, Ryder, your dad was always really awesome. I asked him. I want to say he wore number 14, I think. But yeah, that's a long time ago. That's 20. That's 20 years ago already. Holy cow, I'm old. Crazy. That's like 23 years ago. What line do you use for bass? I don't do a lot of bass fishing, so I don't really use anything different than what I'm using for walleye fishing, from like usually 6 to 10 pound Suffix 832. No, sorry, I'm using not. Last year. I was using the 131 Gore-Tex braid. So who is behind me? Nobody's behind me. Just me. Great king salmon and laker fishing. I'd like to do some king fishing out Michigan one day for sure. Would you be interested in the 7 pound smallies from the St. Lawrence near Montreal? I would love to do that. I can't see me getting out there in the summertime this year. Maybe in the future though, one year I would love to. What is your go-to bait for spring walleyes casting? I was really loving the Kalen's tickle tail last year, the 4-inch Kalen's tickle tail on like a 3/8 ounce Pendu jig. It's from Acme as well, or maybe it's Kalen's, one or the other there, Acme or Kalen's. But the Pendu jig with the tickle tail, and I also think the 4-inch jerk shads from them would be really good too. I'm going to do lots with that stuff this year. I fell in love with snap jigging plastics casting. It was so much fun. Are we going to see another J versus Clay this summer? It's very, very possible. Very possible. Clayton, how did you push yourself to go full-time YouTube fishing? Maybe talk about a couple of the steps you had to take to go full-time. Yeah, so the whole full-time thing wasn't really something that was necessarily like all my decision. COVID hit us pretty hard here in terms of being able to um, guide and work. So I had to find some other means of obviously income and stuff like that. And I had a little bit of a YouTube following already. So I thought, you know what? I had some money saved up in the bank and stuff like that and everything. Why not just take a swing for it? So I just took a chance in terms of going full time. I think you're never going to jump right into it full time. I think you want to start obviously making videos a little bit, while you're working something else and buying camera gear and all that. Like I didn't just like go out and buy all my camera gear for like right then. And when I started filming, I was building up my gear and all that as I went. It's really something that's hard just to like jump straight into. But that's kind of how it happened. Like 2 years ago, I kind of took the step full time, and it's worked out for sure. It's been a lot of fun. Not gonna lie, I'm looking forward to getting back to guiding this year, but I'm gonna miss not fishing as much in the summertime, if that makes sense. So, because when we guide, we don't fish. So Carter seemed to like being in the videos. Future guide co-host. Carter does a great job in the videos. He has his own little Lund right now. He does a lot of fishing on his own in between his work for the mine. He definitely wants to guide one day, I think, once he gets a couple more years in at the mine or whatever. But I could see him being a guide for sure. What towel wire do you get? I'm using American fishing wire, 7x7 strand, nylon coated. That's That's to me the nylon coated stuff is what's going to help be like it's going to help it being tieable type of thing. I use 26 pound for smaller baits, 40 pound for medium baits, and 65 pound for the bigger baits. Still scared of muskie fishing, I see somebody says. Muskie hunter, you bet, bud. One of the best content creators on YouTube. What do you look for when fishing pike early to midwinter? Thank you very much for the super chat, Aaron. We'll have a little shot of apple pie. It's not Wiser's, it's homemade apple pie. Midwinter, I'm fishing a lot of like deeper structure in terms of like something that's like a quick short drop off. So it's like a deep water here, and then it's like say 4 or 5 feet and drops down into 30 or deeper. Now you can run your tip ups up in that shallow, they'll come up and feed, but a lot of times too, you can go out into that 50 feet of water. They're going to target ciscoes just under the ice. So fish some. So if your structure's here, so you got your 3 feet, you know, drop off, and then your deeper water's here. Don't go like way out into the deep water, but go, 15, 20 feet out into that break line. Don't put your baits all the way to the bottom. Hang them like 5 feet off below the ice. A lot of pike will target up higher with those ciscos. So that's something to think about midwinter, is they're going to still be relating to deeper water a lot. So try structure close to deep water for pike. It's always a good thing for midwinter. Cheers to you. 39 hours part 3. Be honest, I knew something like this was going to come up for sure. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it was 5 days long, and I'm going to be having a video coming out here a little bit that explains a little bit of it. But it was 6 different teams. It was competition based. It was 5 days long, and it was a grind. So that's the most I'll say about it right now. I don't know who won, so that's going to be definitely pretty epic. But yeah, it was a grind. I'm not gonna lie. The videos are going to be very enjoyable. There's going to be videos on everybody's platform, and I won't even spoil who's in it or anything like that. You guys can kind of figure it out and to put all the pieces of the puzzle together. But it's going to be good. It's going to be really good, I think. I have a feeling it's going to take off. It was, yeah, 39 hours. It was, I think there was a few nights I slept for like 3 hours a night. I think the most hours I ever got to sleep in one night was 5. It was pretty insane. Do you plan to give the members a boat tour? Cash, I'm going to give everybody a boat tour for sure. You bet. Everybody deserves a boat tour, and maybe I'll do some more for the members of like in depth of gear and stuff like that, and not trying to do too much on the main channel. We'll see. I'll try to kind of mix it up a bit. Was it a 39-hour style competition? I'm just gonna say it was a wicked competition. It was ice fishing. That's all I'll say. That's all I'm gonna say anymore. You're not getting anything out of me anymore. Where to target adult walleyes in tannin stained large rivers in summer, shallow or deep? I don't really have much experience with that, so I can't really help you out with that. I'm gonna say, look for, if you're in like anything that's got a lot of current, look for some areas that got like back eddies, some kind of area where the current kind of slows down for a little bit of them to give them a little bit of a break. Walleyes aren't a fish that likes to sit in the hard current all the time. They're going to be sitting somewhere where they can hide behind some of the current, whether it's a rock or a log or something like that, right? Like structure can play a big part in the river too, but that's not always necessarily a depth change. It could be a big boulder that's down there, something like that. 10-inch tube jigs for lake trout. I like 6 personally. I'm sure I'll use 10 in the winter time, but I've never done anything like that in the summertime or in the winter time for that big. Who's better, Jay or you? Definitely you. Yeah, me for sure. I'm way better than Jay. He knows it too. He knows also know that I'm joking. I love him. Are you releasing a video after this? I'll be releasing a video tomorrow morning. I'll have a pike fishing video coming out with Carter and McKenna, and we did some pike fishing and then made some grape crush beer batter sandwiches for pike. What lures should I use for smaller lake trout? I think you'd be better off with like smaller tube jigs, like 4-inch and smaller, rattle baits, like the Tantrum 60s. And then you can never go wrong with like little spoons too, like the little Clio, the Dinner Bell or the Dinner Bell Tungsten, something like that. Spoons are always good for smaller or for smaller to medium sized lake trout. Clayton needs an OnlyFans to cover the fuel cost. You ain't kidding. Fuel cost is crazy. On this last trip, I literally spent $800 to $1,000 on fuel alone. It was crazy. Any idea when the videos from the competition will be out? They'll come out probably mid-October, I think, and then it'll kind of be released like once a week, I believe. Ice fishing is over, guys. I'll be fly fishing the mountain streams. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. Clayton's Boat OnlyFans. Most underrated lake to fish in Manitoba. I'd say Simon House Lake. I really do. I really, really do. Sorry, Dason, I must have missed your question there, Dason. Or Cindy was reading enough to answer it, but I missed your question. Clayton, do you have a stake in Frostbite or just endorse the company as a fisherman? I don't have a stake in Frostbite at all. I just endorse the company. Aaron's a good friend, and I support a lot of things that he would do or does that type of thing. I believe in him heavily, and I like the product. If I didn't like the product, I obviously wouldn't do it. And Carter says open water. Yeah, buddy, it's not far. What's your biggest tip for a new guide? Probably my biggest tip was don't be cocky, be confident, be humble, and be willing to listen and learn from others. Don't pretend like you know it all, even if you have a bunch of knowledge going in. Soak in as much knowledge as you can. It's better to be the quiet one in that state when you're newer, and just listen as much as you can from the older guys that are around. Be willing to let somebody take you under their wing and let you show you the way, type of thing. Every lodge operates differently, but listen to the senior guides more than anything. Will you compete in the Little Anglers tournament in June, Lake of the Prairies this year? Unfortunately, Ryder, I'll probably be up north guiding, or else I would be there in a heartbeat. Do you find the dinner belt hooks itself when jigging? I don't. And I even upsize the hooks. A lot of people say that they have problems with it hooking in the middle, but I never do. And I think Carter doesn't really have any problems with that either. I don't know, but I don't have that problem. My biggest walleye is 32.5, 13.56 pounds. Who sells the Frostbite rods? They're only available on the Frostbite website. In the US, it's fishfrostbite.com, and in Canada, it's fishfrostbite.ca. So you're saying you like Aaron, but not Peric? No. I like Peric too, of course, but Aaron's obviously, I've just got a deeper relationship with Aaron. You catch bigger walleye than Jay? Yes, I do. Just got the Humminbird Helix 7 a while ago, had no clue to use it, so I went to your channel and found your tutorial video for it. Thank you, or else I wouldn't have been able to use it that day. That's awesome, Cash. I'm glad you're able to figure it out. The Helix 7 is a great unit for ice fishing, definitely. When and how did you and Aaron become friends? I was friends with Jay first. I guided with Jay at Wollaston. Geez, I don't even know, 2010 or something like that. And then just when Uncut Angling was first starting, I went and met Jay at a hotel there, and Aaron was there. I never met him that day, actually. He was out getting breakfast or whatever. We were fishing the same body of water that day. And then a couple of weeks later, Aaron and Jay came to fish with me at, I think, Last Mountain. That was the first time I ever met Aaron, and I've never liked him since. No, just kidding. I love Aaron. That's kind of how it started in that sense. And then we both have a strong fishing background with guiding, and obviously have a strong fishing addiction, and the friendship just kind of went from there. Where's Uncut Angling been? I miss all his videos. He's been out fishing. He's been giving her hard. He's been giving her. I know he has. My email, Brad, is, you can usually find it on YouTube, but it's claytonschickoutdoors@gmail.com. Cheers. Any tips for Big Mama Pike this late in the game? Shallow. Usually really, really shallow, like 3 to 5 feet shallow. It's a little bit tougher right now because I know, Daniel, you fish some of the same bodies of water that I do, and the pike are doing weird things right now with it still being a little bit of a cold front, like especially today. It dropped off cooler today, and I think they're probably pushed out a little bit deeper. But once the sun comes out for a few days, try like 3 to 5 feet. Mud flats way, way back. Clayton, for new guides who are maybe guiding their friends or locals, how do you go about not exposing your juicy hot spots that you don't want them to know about? Super conflicting for me. If you're going to take somebody to a spot and guiding, you have to know that it's probably going to get blown out one way or another. If you're the only person fishing it, then there's a less of chance, obviously, right? But once you show somebody a spot, humans are creatures of habit. They go back to where they caught fish last. It's over and over again. And sometimes even if they caught fish there once and they'll go there 4 times in a row and they'll fail and they'll fail, they'll just keep going back there over and over again because they're fishing a memory, right? So the best advice I can give you, if you're taking somebody out that you don't want them to know that spot, you literally just can't take them there. That's the biggest thing. You can tell somebody, oh, I'll take you here, and it's a secret. You can't tell anybody, but it's too late. Once you tell one person, you basically told a pile of people, because one person will tell another person, and it's never going to end from there. But mostly, I feel like a lot of spots these days are like, there isn't like any spot out in any of these lakes that only one person knows about. Like, I know there's spots that I fish on certain lakes that people know about, but we all avoid it when there's other people on the lake. We never catch each other fishing it, but yet I'll fish it, and then when I'm not there, he'll fish it, and et cetera, et cetera. So it's a weird game you can play, but I think more importantly, teach those people that you are taking there, teach them proper fish handling, proper fish release, all that stuff, because a lot of those fish can be caught over and over again with not a huge problem at all. I was reading a comment that Carter held here. Yeah, okay. So funny. Let's see, where else are we going here? Are you going to make videos while guiding? I do plan to do some kind of videos as when I'm guiding yet, so I'm just really not sure how much or what. How much you charge for guiding? I don't charge anything myself, because the only guiding I do is through my lodge that I work for. It's wallaceandlakelodge.com. 2 8-inch augers, auger holes next to each other for lake trout, question mark. Yeah, if you're only going to have an 8 and you're going to fish lake trout, I would definitely suggest doing 2/8. Evan, I almost missed your super chat there. Thank you very much from my cheap Alberta gas at 145 a liter. Yeah, 145 a liter, dude. Oh my goodness. You lucky guy, Evan. Thank you for the super chat and your cheap gas. Your cheap gas. Oh, cheers to you, Evan. Cheers. Okay. 10-inch anger auger. 10-inch auger. Are you going to be the godfather of Jay's baby? I think we should definitely be asking Jay about that. I think he should probably name his boy Clayton. I think that'd be a good thing. I know Stu up at Wallace, and Stu, he is a beauty. We call him Sweet City. Sweet City Stew. $3.99 a gallon here in Minnesota. How about you guys? We're almost at $2 a liter here for diesel anyway. When you guide, do you guide fly fishing? Yes, we do. Both spin cast, bait cast, and fly fishing for pike. I love fly fishing for predator fish. For pike and lake trout, fly fishing is like the best. That's where I prefer to fly fish for that over like a small little, a little nymph or streamer or something like that. I like big flies for big fish. Early September, how are you targeting big mama lakers? Lots of trolling. Shoreline can be really, really good, and then like not too far from like where they're probably going to be spawning. T60s for covering a lot of water that time of year. What do you think the most ridiculous ministry fishing rule? What would you change? I don't even know. I think I would change the whole part about like keeping trophy fish in general. Like, I think that's ridiculous that it's like some of our lakes where it's like you're allowed to keep 1/22 inches a day. I would just take that right out. There's no reason for that. 4 a day, 4 limit's fine, but 1/22, especially for like say walleye, you're like 95% guaranteed that that fish is probably going to be a female fish. So it's way better to take out the males in any type of situation than it is the females. Favorite species through the ice? Probably lake trout. I would say through the ice. Definitely. Hey Clayton, I love your show. My son has autism, and your show is one of the only ones we can watch together. Well, that is awesome, Chief. I'm glad that I can give you and your son something to do. Glad I can give you guys something to do together. Lakers do spawn in the fall. Where's Tigger? Cindy will bring down Tigger here. Maybe in like 20 minutes, we'll say. She'll bring Tigger down. Tigger. Spot the Acme tackle. Yeah, right here, a couple hyper hammers. These are actually going to Boondocker here, for these in the chat, probably somewhere for a little giveaway here. 1/4 ounce hyper hammers. So good. So good. Hope you're ready for some open water fishing, because I'm ready for those videos. I'm so ready for open water fishing. I am. I'm looking forward to ending the ice fishing season strong yet, but I'm also really looking forward to the open water season more than anything. Clayton Chartreuse Siemens has a nice ring to it. Clayton Chartreuse Siemens. That's a great name. I love it. Love it. Thank you, Cash. Much appreciated. Cheers time soon. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers to everybody. Next year, you and Jay on skates, race hole to hole. I come from a pretty strong hockey background. I hate to embarrass him in that too, you know. I'll be open water fishing Friday. So jealous. Could you consider a season fishing with fans, fishing with viewers? I do need to do something with fishing with viewers. I really do. And now with COVID, they basically starting to take a backseat. Something will happen in the future for sure. Brad Wall, I just sent you an email. Look when you have have time. Cheers, bud. I will take a look, Brad, after the chat for sure. Thank you very much. How do you find out what kind of fish are in different lakes? I'm in Manitoba and don't have a boat yet. I'll be shore fishing this year, mostly out near Gimli. Something I use lots is the Manitoba Master Angler program. And I just start like literally searching lakes. Like go on Google Maps, find some lakes near you, search that lake on Google Map or on the Manitoba Master Angler, and it'll give you an idea what's in there. Maybe you won't catch like all, or it won't have a lot of if it's got pike in there, there will usually be like one master angler or something, right? To let you know there's pike in there, or one walleye. Maybe there isn't a lot of those fish on the master angler or something like that for the lake. It'll give you an idea what's in there for the species anyway. I saw one there. It was here. How do you find out? Okay, there. What's your favorite summer rod you have for spinning reel or baitcaster? The summer rods I've really been liking have been the new Savage Gear BattleTech rods, both for pike and for walleye. And Pokey's in Regina is selling them now cash. They're gonna be a sweet little rig. What's your favorite car brand? I'm a Chevy or GMC guy. Just been that way for a long time. We had an awesome time on Lake of the Woods with Jaden. You should do a show with his castles. I really do want to do a show out there one day, Darcy. Jay has had nothing good things to say about Jaden and stuff like that in his business that he runs out there. Funny story, I looked elsewhere for the video with information on your new boat. 2 weeks later, I bought a smoker craft. That is awesome. Nice to hear, dude. That's cool. Why not a Starcraft? No, just kidding. The smoker crafts and the Starcrafts like the same thing. So that's really cool. The smoker crafts and the Starcrafts I think are going to be a boat that are going to be they're going to take a huge increase in the next few years, I think, in terms of what they sell. I'm very, very happy with the boat, and I'm excited to put it out in not tomorrow's video, but the next one. It's just going to be a short little quick sneak peek, but it's a sharp looking boat. What braid you for ice fishing pike? Or what pound braid? I'm using 20 pound mostly for the pike. You can get away with like a 15, but I like 20, even 30 type of thing. You could do as well, but I want something that's going to be able to take some wear and tear from the ice, maybe for some logs and sticks down there, rocks, anything like that. So I'd say 20 pound would be the best for sure. Did you get the boat yet? I haven't got the boat yet, but I can go pick it up whenever I want. I'm just kind of waiting to wrap up the ice fishing season first, and then I'm going to go get the boat. And did you put the talon on the new boat? There will be a talon going on the new boat, you betcha. Are you planning on doing any fishing north Saskatchewan for trout? I do plan to do some north fishing for trout this year. I'm going to actually take 4 days off of my guiding up this year, and I'm going to go for a 4-day adventure out on some lakes that I've never fished before, and just go see what I can kind of put together up there for maybe 3 days of fishing, something like that. So there will be some northern Saskatchewan lake trout stuff this year. What's your thoughts on tracker boats? I don't have much experience with them, Mike, so really can't really give you much of thoughts on them, just because I don't have any experience with them at all, or lately anyway, for the last like 20 years anyway. Are you planning, or I already answered that one. Nice folks live out by Indale. I got Black Tiger card lock, but still high here. Yeah, cheaper if you got a card lock a little bit. What's some magic sauce in the fish taco recipe? The sweet chili sauce is definitely a good one, but the sweet chili, or no, sweet and heat mustard, that one is really good, like really good. Where can you find the link to join the members group? If you're on your phone, I don't think you can find it on an iPhone, I think, but you can on an Android. But if you go to a computer and just go to any of my videos on a computer, you can find the link for the members section there. And I will be having a members chat after this chat. So, hey, Clayton, would you consider fishing at Seask Lake? It is a couple minutes away from Rossburn, and nobody besides me catches fish there. It'd be nice to have someone else that can catch a fish there. I'll look that up sometime. I'll take a screenshot of that lake. I've never actually heard of it, so that's definitely interesting. Seach Lake. Yeah, I can't say I've heard of it. Here, we'll take a picture of it right there. There we go. I'll keep that in mind. Definitely. You should give Valentina's hot sauce a chance for your fish tacos. That's next level. I will. I'll keep that in mind. Valentina's hot sauce. Hot sauce. I have a tracker. It leaks big time. Good thing the pump works. That's not good if you have a leaky boat. Leaky boats are never good. Sam, how do you become a member? I just finished saying, but there should be a join button on any of the bottom or the bottom of any of my videos. You can click on it and join. I don't think you can do it from a phone. I think you have to do it from a computer. Where to look for big pike in the spring on a natural lake with lots of structure? Where? Let's see. With a natural lake, I would go to the shallowest, warmest water you can find. I'm hoping you're talking about spring, as in like open water season. But I would go to like the shallowest water you can find. Creek inflows are always good because usually those creeks are bringing in warmer water because the creek inflow, the water will be warming up in that smaller lake, and it'll be bringing in warm water. So warm water inflows are always a good place for pike early. Jason says you can do it from a phone. Yeah, I'm not sure 100%. Evan, welcome to the CSO membership. Cheers, my friend. I'm so jealous you're going fishing open water Friday. I'm going ice fishing Thursday. Clayton, what's your ideal lake or big walleye rod from Frostbite? I would say the True Grit. If you were trying to mix one rod that was like going to be for both Lakers and big walleye, I'd go the True Grit. The running gun would be really good, but only if you're going to be fishing outside a lot. If you're going to be targeting just big walleye, you could get away with the Mr. Big. The Mr. Big would work for big walleye, but it wouldn't be as good for the smaller walleye in that sense. So yeah, why no reel seat? It's just a way to keep the rod a little bit lighter when it comes to reel seats more than anything. Does Jay trash talk? Jay trash talks for sure. He does. He just doesn't do it like on a live chat like this, but like texting and all that, and you have a competition. Oh yeah, Jay definitely does a lot of trash talk. What do you get by being a member? You get longer chats. Like we'll have like a members only chat where it's a smaller area. You get some lure giveaways and that kind of stuff, like after videos that I do with certain baits, like Boondocker won a giveaway here with some tantrums and Acme because I was using those for a bass video. You'll get more live chats. You'll get some sneak peeks here and there. I'll admit the last month has been really, really poor for keeping up with the member chat just because the member section, just because I was sick. I got COVID, and then I had this big competition. So March was like a really, really bad month. You'll notice there's less videos on the channel in general. So, and you get a badge. Yeah, you get a badge. Yeah. So it's one of those things. It's more than anything, just a way to kind of help support the channel a little bit. It's only like $5 a month, so it's not really that bad. What do you use for a drop shot rod? I like something a little bit longer, 7.3, 7.6, and something with let's see, like more of a medium action. I don't like something with a super fast tip. I want that rod to be able to load a little bit as I can feel that it's there and I can start to load the rod a little bit and then just finish. So I would say like a 7'6", medium light, moderate action, something like that is what I prefer, or something like that. What happens for members when you're up guiding? I'm going to figure that out, Jason. There will be definitely some member videos, maybe more. Maybe I'll be able to do more update videos on what's going, some pictures from up there, all that stuff. I'm going to figure that out for sure here in the next couple months, what I will be doing. There's going to be videos no matter what when I'm up north. I'm just not sure what they're going to be yet, if that makes sense. How's the StarCraft looking? It's looking sweet, like really sweet. Clayton, have you experienced any drought up there on your lakes? Most lakes in Minnesota are probably 1 to 2 foot down still. I've dealt with drought situations where the lakes are like lower than normal. 1 foot to 2 feet isn't that bad, I would feel like. You're going to find when there is less water, your fishing's probably going to be a little bit better, but your spawn for that year might suffer a little bit. When there's less water, there's less places for the fish to hide, especially in the shallow water stuff, less place for the bait to be, all that. But you'll find like maybe that'll hurt your lake more like 10 years from now. You'll have a worse spawn that year where the water was lower. That's what I find anyway. Where's the catfish? He's back on the futon. Dead stick walleye rod. I know you covered this. If you're talking for ice fishing, Ryan, I like the drench for a dead stick walleye rod. Favorite rig for live bait. I don't fish a lot of live bait, to be honest, so I would go with the same kind of thing as I was talking about the drop shot rod, something a little bit longer that the rod can load a little bit before I actually get to it and then I set the hook, something like that. It's like a 7'3", 7'6", medium light, and then like a moderate action, maybe even a moderate fast action, something like that. It's hard to find a moderate rod for walleye. Like even maybe the drop shot's more of a moderate fast. Just I don't like extra fast more than anything. Extra fast is just like that tip bend, and that's about it. What's your biggest muskie? I got a 47-inch muskie is my biggest muskie. And I have like a picture of it somewhere. It's like a picture of a computer screen because that's all we pulled from the video, and then Aaron ended up losing all of the footage, so that's all I have. Are the bulldogs or big wraps necessary for pike? Any smaller lure ideas? Yeah, like for pike, we fish a lot of up north, like number 5 MEP spinners. Um, Anything like that, like that's a little bit smaller. You don't always need to be big, especially early season. Smaller sometimes is better. The old number 5 copper maps, like stuff like that, gold maps, blue fox spinners, inline spinners. I'm talking, those can be really, really good. I like actually the blue fox number 6 orange Fibrex. That's a really good one for me from the past. Do you know if anyone is making glass spin rods? I love the glass fly rods. I'm not too sure, Evan, to be honest with you. It's got to be somebody making them. I know there's you like Shimano makes some glass spinning rods. That's more for like bait fishing and everything like that. Like a little bit, obviously more moderate action. But I don't really have anything to top of my head. Have you ever caught big pike and muskie in over 30 feet of water? No, I haven't, because I don't really target them in any that deeper water though either. Just because as soon as you start to get like over 30 feet, you're going to suffer a lot from barotrauma. Now, if you're talking about trolling shallower, I've caught fish like that where I'm fishing over 30 feet of water, but still fishing like 10 feet below the surface. They'll cruise those big open areas more than you'd think. Actually, they're out there searching for bait, cisco's, whitefish, anything like that. So find the bait, find the fish, right? What are your thoughts on people who fish 5 of diamonds and that's it? I think it obviously works. I just think you're missing out. If you're only going to fish like a old daredevil spoon and you're like, it's old trusty, old faithful, yeah, you're going to catch pike on it or fish on it, right? But I think you're missing out. Like all the advancements are out there for lures. And I think working a spoon too is two different things. If you just cast it out and reel it in versus actually like working the spoon, like popping it on the way in, letting it flutter down, all that, you'd be amazed what you can do with something like that. So, what size jig heads do you use for the Dragon Slayers? I use anywhere between a 3/8 to a half ounce mostly. Excuse me. And I've been using the Kalen's Google Eye swim bait jigs. Those have been the best ones for that I've found. I need a drink. My throat's getting a little sore here. Would you suggest casting a frog lure and some reeds and try to catch big pike? Yeah, you could definitely do something like that for sure. As soon as you start to deal with lots of weeds for pike, it can be a little bit tougher bringing those frogs through everything like that. But they would definitely be in there for sure. Just use some kind of wire leader attached to it because those pike will bite you off pretty quick, especially like with a smaller lure like a frog. They'll just bite that frog. They'll swallow it whole and they'll get to the line and bite you off pretty quick. The Wolf of Wall Street catch some fish. Funny fisher guy, Goodfellows. He's a funny guy. Pick or rig or go home. I'm not a pick or rig guy. I'm not gonna lie. What is your go-to knot when trying to switch lures quickly? I use a uni knot more than anything, and I can tie knots so fast. Like I always get that comment, honestly, because I've been doing it for a lot of years. but I can trim off the lure. I can put it through. I can tie a uni knot just as fast as some people can get a clip off, take out a lure, put the lure on the clip and clip it on again. It's just because I've done it for so long. But a uni knot is pretty much what I use for everything. I really do like uni knots. You're putting the live scope / Mega Live on the boat. Yes, I have big plans for the Mega Live on the boat. I'm going to be doing something special this year for graphs where I can move my graph from the front to the back, whether I can fish Mega Live at the front or the back type of thing. I've got plans. I'll have it all in future boat videos. But yes, I do. I'm 100% running Mega Live. I challenge Clayton to a knot challenge. Dude, I don't know if that's one you want to take. Like, I've been guiding for 20 years, and like, if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it in extreme wind conditions. I know fly fishermen can tie quick knots, but like, I'm really quick when it comes to knots. I really am. I don't like to brag about a lot of things, but I can tie knots fast. I'm usually a humble person. Cindy upstairs pounding jello shots. Yeah, she's up there hammering the jello shots. If you had to fish one body of water for the rest of your life with only one lure, what lake and what bait? The ocean and a 5-inch jerk shad. Because I can go anywhere on the ocean and you can catch lots with a 5-inch jerk shad. I don't know. I don't know if I could only pick one lake for the rest of my life. I really don't. I would be too upset. I really would. It's just like, oh, there's too much out there, right? Like, I'm glad I guide on a really, really big body of water, because even that guiding after that long would get kind of repetitive too. Like, I can fish areas up north guiding where I haven't fished for 2 years, or I'll fish it once or twice a season. And there's no boats up there because any of our really, really good pike spots is like an hour and a half boat ride from the lodge. And there's so many rocks and reefs and islands and all that kind of stuff to navigate. So I don't have to worry about people coming up there and fishing in that sense either. It's just so tough. What's the number one fish to catch on your bucket list? I would say probably a peacock bass or a giant trevally would be the big two. I get nervous being in the middle of an ocean, big ocean. Yeah, I don't know if the ocean, when you can't see the any like shorelines, that would be a little bit intimidating for sure. Where in Canada via International Falls should I fish this weekend? Oh, Jason, I couldn't even help you. I don't know anything about that area at all. I really don't. Sorry, dude. What's the best motor for a 16-foot deep wide V hull? Probably a 30 or a 40 deep wide. I'd go with a 40 horse 4-stroke. Yeah, other probably like a 40 horse Mercury. Carter has a 30 on his, and his is a 16-foot, but it's not really wide, and it's been a really, really good motor for him. Bedtime for me. Good night, and everyone in Clayton. Cheers, Chris. Thanks for hanging out, my friend. 40 has 40 horsepower Merc. Yeah, right there. What would be the best all-around jigging rod? Ooh. For vertical jigging, like for walleye, if we're talking, I like the new Savage Gear Battletech 6'3", fast action rod, medium light. That's a really good one. Otter or clam, go. I'm an otter guy. I've used clam quite a few years ago already, and I definitely prefer the otter. I've been loving it. I really have. I have no reason to switch to anything else right now at all. What's your body count? A lot. Are we talking fish caught here or what? ATM. You're only allowed 3 walleye setups, rod and reel combos. A vertical jigging rod, a 6'3", medium, maybe medium light. No, probably medium. A 7'6", medium light, moderate fast action, and then a trolling rod, like an 8-foot or a 10-foot Savage Gear walleye trolling rod. That would be my 3 right there. That's what I would pick. I don't do. You can do anything with that medium rod, the one in the middle, the 7'6", as in like rigging, jigging wraps, hyper hammers, Lindy rigging if you had to, type of thing. But yeah, those would be my 3 for sure. Clayton, you left out the 4-weight fly rod. I couldn't do 4-weight fly rod, man. You're crazy. I like 9, 10, 11, 9, 10, and 12s. Mostly 10 and 12s is what I use for fly rods. What would be a better place to fish for walleye? A nice sand bottom or a rocky bottom? Obviously, that's going to depend a lot on what the time of year and what the bait is, right? I would say earlier in the year, probably that little, not big rocks, but like a pebbly bottom, because that's more likely they're going to be spawning in. And then later in the year, when the water starts to warm up more, the sand bottom could be really good. And then later in the year, back to a rocky bottom. It could really change so much. I've never fished in New York. No, I have not. Any new lure companies you're working with open water this year? As of right now, I'm still working with Savage, Acme, LureNet for the summertime. I do like a lot of different lures though. Like I don't only use lures from those companies. Northland's got a lot of good stuff out there that I use. There's so many different, like, in that sense. I use a lot of stuff from Rapala still, like Jigging wraps, a bunch of stuff from them. It's just those are the three companies that I think I'm still like actually working with that you'll see me use more than anything. And it's a lot of those lure companies have everything covered. But if there's something that I need that they don't have covered, I'll use something else, right? I don't have to use just stuff from those lure companies. Big walleye midsummer tips. Usually structure close to deep water is usually a good start. And then warm wind, wherever the wind's blowing that's a little bit warmer. Say you have like a really strong west wind for a while, that east bank or something like that could be really good. I see a tiger coming down. You watch Joe Hammond vids? No, I don't. I just bought a couple finicky floors after I saw him on your channel. I'm pretty impressed. The finicky floors have been really good. Hi, Tigger. Is he sleeping? Really? You saw the Tigger comments? People want to see Tigger. Tigger. Yes, he is quite the kitty. How tired is he?
There was a lot of comments tonight about Jello shots. I kind of feel like I might be able to run your live chats for you this summer.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna do the live chats this summer?
I could.
Hi, Tigger. Say hi. Somebody's gonna say that's a big kitty. Hi. Jason says hi. Oh, he's in a cuddle mood. Maybe. Are you shy? Are you shy? Are you shy? Does he like? How does he know? He was turning away from the computer. How does he know? Are you shy? Huh? You guys can't hear him, but he's purring. His cat purrs all the time. And all he does right now too is starting to get warm out. So he sits at the door and he goes meow, meow, meow. Don't you? You just want to go outside. Yeah. What's the key to locking down a great woman like Cindy?
He's so lucky.
I'm so lucky. Help. What you guys don't realize is that the door that leads upstairs, she's actually got it locked. I can't even leave right now.
Poor Carter's stuck with me also.
Yeah, Carter's stuck with her all summer. Yeah. Are you tired, buddy? Well, yeah. Has Cindy liked the walleye with the catch and cook? Cindy doesn't eat fish, actually. I know. See? She's not the perfect girl after all.
But your shore lunches are good.
Yeah, she likes French fries. Oh, okay. Oh, and wow. This is what happens right there when you pick up a cat for a little while. Oh, boy. Blink twice if you need help, Sen. You talking to me or Cindy? Right?
I'll go grab you a thing.
A lint roller. This is a bad one. Oh, have you ever fished muskoka? How do you pronounce that? Muskoka? How do you pronounce that, Cindy? Muskoka. See, I have slow English, right? I have to pronounce it a few times. No, I've never fished around there. I get the feeling Clayton eats enough fish for Cindy. You bet, buddy. I do. Me, Carter, and McKenna, we kept 5 walleyes the other night, and we ate them all. 4 fish fillets for you. Exactly. Ever try Bud Light Seltzer? No, I haven't. Is that good? What's Bud Light Seltzer? We should get that. Honestly, you guys, I don't drink very much at all, do I?
You just take Carter's.
I don't drink very much. Like, I don't like get off the water and have to have a beer because you have so much work going on or whatever. But like, this is like when I have a beer and literally I've drinking like half of this during this whole live chat. So
someone likes my intros.
English as a second language. Yeah, English is my second language. Cindy, we can take. Oh, McKenna says we can take over the summer. Oh boy.
Yeah, McKenna, we'll look after all the live chats.
You guys gonna do all the editing too and everything?
Just guide. We'll do the live chats. We'll make the shots. We'll explain what's in them.
Yeah.
Give out recipes.
Yeah. Let's just take this channel and turn it into a Jello shot channel. Yeah, he's pretty color now, isn't he?
We have to go get Clayton.
You guys getting a pup soon? I don't know. Are we?
A what?
A pup? A puppy?
We can if we move.
Oh, maybe we should move then. Lint roller. Oh, there's a lint roller right here. Somebody on the chat said there's a lint roller on the right. Thanks. Thanks for paying attention. See? This is why I have you guys. I knew this is why I have you guys.
You should just rub it all over Tigger.
Oh my goodness. Tigger. This was a lot. Oh, we have a super chat. Have you ever a chance to fish from a fishing kayak? I can't seem to get enough. We sure love your videos. I have never fished from a fishing kayak. I'm not gonna lie. I don't feel like I would sink a kayak so fast. Like I think me and a kayak would just not go. I would lose all my gear. Like I'm not saying I wouldn't try it. Like I would love to fish in a kayak with lakes that I can't like get into or fish with the boat. I think that would be awesome. But if I can get my boat into it, like I'm gonna fish with a boat. Yeah. Rent roller. No time to drink when you're fishing. Exactly. I don't drink in the boat like when I'm fishing. Just because, well, A, it's illegal in Canada pretty much. So what are your go-to gloves? Gloves for winter, I'm using the Striker Ice combat gloves more than anything. Could you do a live chat out on the water ice? Yes, I can and I should. I actually have been working on a way to do a live chat with the underwater camera, and I had a great play smallmouth bass fishing this year. I should have done that. Cheers to that last super chat. If you can get the tiller in, why would you want to fish from a kayak, right? Exactly. Jay fishes in a kayak at times. Enough said. Yeah, Jay, he can have it. I'll have to trade you for a bird hunt for a fishing trip. I do love bird hunting. I used to guide waterfowl for 12 years. I love bird hunting a lot. I love whacking some ducks and some geese. So good. Your favorite all-around ice fishing rod for trout? Probably the Mr. Big. I like more than anything. The Slugger for big ones, though, like in big baits, really hard to choose. But if I can only choose one rod, it'd be the Mr. Big. I'd love to see a video about fishing for Arctic char. I don't do a lot of Arctic char fishing. See Tigger, he got tired on his way upstairs. He had to have a little nap. Use that lint, Wade. Use that lint roller to take that off your face. What? I don't know what you're talking about. No, that was Wade. Carter would say something like that too. That's cool. Didn't know that very much. Rookie bird hunter. I actually guided a lot of people might not know, but I guided whitetail deer, waterfowl, deer, moose fishing. But the fishing is kind of what took over in that sense. So Pepsi versus Coke. Let's Cindy. You answer that one. See, she said Pepsi. Yeah, I'd say Pepsi over Coke probably. I prefer, but there's no difference, is there? Just kidding. Don't suck me up, aliens. Remember those old commercials back in the day? What's going on with Weeb? Nothing. He's hanging out. He's doing some fishing. He was fishing hard recently. He was. What's your favorite fishing reel? I've been using the Shimano Stratic for a lot of years, but I do have a bunch of those Savage Gear new reels coming at some point, and I'm gonna give you an honest look at them and what I feel about them. Collab with Justin Jenkins at some point. Yes, needs to get done at some point. I don't even know where he is right now. Evan, he just won 39 hours. Yeah, Aaron didn't win anything. There's no 39 hours either, right? I told you guys. Just competition. Jay misses a lot of fish. I love this Leah person. Just hammers on Jay. Jay's the worst, right? No, I love Jay. Favorite lake north of Saskatoon? Dory, maybe. I just haven't fished it for a lot of years, but Dory Lake is a pretty awesome lake. I'd like to get back there and film some videos at some point. It's a lake I haven't been to for years. I've never even actually fished with my own boat. It's always been with other people, so it'd be like a whole new lake to me all over again. What's your favorite species to target late ice and ice off? I'd say pike and lake trout are probably my two favorite species for both of those. I just don't always get to do both of them from time to time. Never been to the Finger Lakes in New York. No. Do you ever use big suckers for walleye? No, and it's because we can't even use live bait with most of the lakes that I fish, and I find that artificials usually do just as well in that sense. Green Lake is a good one. Yeah, Green Lake's a good lake, big time. Jay likes Eskimo. All that he needs to be said. Sam does catch big fish. Sam catches all the big fish for Jay. Favorite ice rod for rainbow or smaller trout species? I would say the Frostbite dipstick or even possibly the drench. But if you're going after smaller trout, it'd be the dipstick, I'd say. I've got a nice lake trout lake on my reservation. What are some tips getting into summer lakes? Summer lakers, you mean? The summer lakers, you can never go wrong with like deeper holes, anywhere between like 60 to 100 feet, and then usually those holes are allocated close to structure where they can push bait up and down that structure, and then sometimes they'll even be up on the top of the structure as well, or on the sides of it. But you can never go wrong with structure when it comes to lake trout at all, ever. Did you get your new boat yet? I'll be getting my new boat sometime here beginning of April. It is in, and there will be coming out in a video in the future about it. I just don't have it in my hands yet. But it's good. I love it. I've seen it. It's amazing. I'm pumped for it. There are people in Minnesota that are incapable of fishing without live bait. It's unreal. Yeah, I don't understand the whole live bait thing type of thing, right? Like, oh, Tigger's gonna go for a nap. There, that's where when I edit a lot, there Tigger will sleep right there and just kind of hang out. That's his spot. Yep, he's good. Oh, he's gonna have a bath first. Yeah, smoke show is my favorite. I do love the smoke show rod. The smoke show rod is a good one. Really do. I do like the smoke show. In case anybody wants to watch Tigger in the background, like a lot of those streamers that do like video games and stuff like that. They have their pet in the background, keep people entertained. He has a lot of fur, so he's gonna have to have a long bath. Lithium battery on the boat. Yeah, I'm running a huge setup for lithiums because I'll be running so much for electronics. I'll be doing some boat videos for that, but I'm running Dakota 100 amp hour batteries, and I'll be running 4 of those, 3 in the front, 1 in the back. Some of them will be allocated just for electronics. I'm actually going to set up a charging station to run GoPro batteries and all that in there too. Like, I'm going to have a really clean, crisp setup for that, I'm hoping. So when is the best time of year to try for largemouth bass? I don't know about largies, obviously, except for in the lake that I fish in Saskatchewan. It's like we only have one lake called Boundary Dam, and I find like anywhere between like May 15th, like June 15th is usually pretty good for them there. I had to spend my disbelief that fish would like a piece of plastic. They do. Canada fishing license cover the whole country. Each province has its own fishing license. Correct. 30 foot of water, fishing jigging wraps, mono or braid. I use braid because that's what I have on a lot of my setups, and I just run a really long mother mono or fluorocarbon leader. But that being said, I'd like to experiment a little bit with the mono, just for the fact that you're going to probably keep more fish pinned. Now, I do find that I've been using the hyper hammers. Now, these ones are smaller, but the 1 ounce hyper hammers seem to have better hookups on there. So I think you could get away with it more with a braided line versus, say, a mono on like a jigging wrap itself. But it's so hard. You're going to feel less, but you don't got to feel a lot on those jigging wraps as it starts. But having that stretch in there is always a good thing. I think the biggest thing is if you're going to use braid, don't use something with like an extra fast tip. Use something that the rod can absorb some of the head shakes too. A very smart angler taught me this years ago while fishing for carp. He's like, Clayton, if you can fish with this rod that has a really moderate action, as in like bend super far into the rod tip, you can get or into the rod itself, you can get away with a braided line. He's like, but if you use that rod that has more of a fast action, you have to use mono because the rod doesn't absorb it. So it's all about matching your rod to your line to that as well. So how come women usually outfish men? That is because we usually give them all the advantages. We let them use the best lures. We give them all of the tip ups. We let them do all that. No, I'm just kidding. Just because they're better fishermen. What can I say right now that's not going to get me in trouble for what I just said? I'm just joking. It's all in good fun. Who's better, me or you or Aaron? Obviously me, way better than Aaron. But hey, and he won't want to admit that, but that's just the way it is. Any plans this summer content other lakes and grassy besides Simon House Cranberries? I'm not sure yet. I'm going to be gone most of the summer. In the fall, I do want to do a big Pike tour up that way, so I don't know what that will even entail yet or anything like that. So we shall see. So we shall see. Evan, do a time demo of a knot tie and send it to Clay. Yeah. Send me some knots. Our knot challenge. We usually mono knot braid. Oh, how about a mono to a braid and stuff like that? Send me some times. I want to see how quick you are. I do it. You getting your hands on Live Scope Plus? No, I've been using the Mega Live, so that will be what I'm going to be running right now. Would you let Aaron drive your truck? Never. No, I trust Aaron. I would let him drive my truck. I would. If you're gonna suggest going to get a dog, I suggest getting a golden doodle. They're a combination between a retriever and a poodle. They're very fluffy, no shed hair. The no shedding hair would be really nice. I'd have a really tough time not getting another chocolate lab though, because I had a chocolate lab I trained for hunting and I loved her so much. So nail knot on the fly line. Okay, you can tie a better nail knot than me, I'm sure. But come on now. Nail knots, you do that like once. I'm talking like something you have to tie over and over. Like how many times do you have to tie a nail knot? You tie it once before you go out fishing. You don't tie it when you're out fishing, right? Like something that's like out there where you're using a lot. Yeah, labs are the best. I agree. When is the ice fishing tournament series you were talking about going to be released? It'll be released in October, I believe. Clayton, you tell me what knot to tie. I want to see uni to uni and a uni knot. Let's see how quick you are. Send me a message. I love it. Favorite pike lure? It'd have to be the Savage 4D perch shad. It really would right now, I think. Where are the walleye at Last Mountain Lake? Man, they're tough right now. You'll see in some videos I have coming out here at some point. Well, maybe you'll only see part of it. The pre-fish was tough. Um, you'll see the rest of it for next year in October. Some couple exciting things happened though. Not gonna lie, it was good. It was really good. Hopefully, inflation and fishing prices will moderate so I can afford to go fishing a few times this summer. I know, man. It's been crazy. Like prices for fuel, everything, like it's gonna be so brutal, like so brutal. Don't feel bad about striking out 3 days in a row at Last Mountain because in the 3 days that we fished Last Mountain, we caught one, two, I think we caught six walleye total, two a day plus one in the competition. Yeah, it's tough. It was really, really tough, like really tough. And when you catch like one walleye in an area, it doesn't mean that's where they are, right? Like you just happen to get super lucky that there was a walleye there at the same time. You can stay there for 3 hours later and another walleye doesn't come by. So, anyways, you guys, it's been 1 hour of just straight talking. I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to have a chat with the members only. If you want to join the members only, you can join that and then join the next chat. But it'll be a little bit less people. Probably 20 minutes, half hour chat type of thing. Answer some more questions that they've probably been saving. But cheers to everybody. You guys are the best. You guys are seriously the best. Appreciate you all. And yeah, lots of videos to come. We're back in the swing of things. March has been tough, and we're gonna start kicking them out here hard again. So cheers to everybody. You guys are the best. Miss ya. Cheers.